Welcome to the session, Autodesk Model-Based Solutions for Utilities. My name is Teresa Elliott, and I'm an Industry Marketing Manager at Autodesk. In this session, we will talk about the industry challenges. We'll spend some time on intelligent modeling, overcoming these challenges with intelligent modeling, as well as a few customer examples of how they've overcome challenges using intelligent modeling, and then we'll move on to next steps. Every day, Autodesk customers are designing and redesigning the world around us. And across our infrastructure software portfolio, we support and foster sustainability by enabling customers to make more sustainable design decisions earlier in the process. Our customers are represented in these four segments. So now let's take a look at the utilities segment specifically. Autodesk solutions address each of these segments. And in this session, we will focus primarily on electric and gas. And more specifically, we'll focus on the electric distribution lifecycle for planning, designing, building, and managing those distribution assets. What we heard from many of you is that the current reality of the utility industry is really driving the demand for change, whether it's with people, processes, or technology, and often it's across all three. Let's quickly touch on these. First, let's talk about the changing infrastructure. Whether you have assets in the ground that have reached their useful life and are in need of replacement, or whether you're facing growth and there's a strain on your current capacity, you're looking at infrastructure replacements. You might even be involved at some level with a smart grid initiative. While often this is considered investment in the operations side, you also have to consider what smart grids, renewable generation, and even electric plug-in vehicles will require of your design teams. It could be changes in standards, regulations, new assets, and then other teams could be dealing with reporting and more. Second, let's look at not only a changing workforce, but the economy. First, let's look at the economy. It's still requiring greater scrutiny on budgets, but even so, you would still have to answer for every cost and every overrun, even in a good economy, right? So really it's about managing that budget in the most efficient way. Also, we've heard from many of you that there are several people with 20 to 30 years of industry, engineering, and service area knowledge that are retiring. So what are you doing to capture this knowledge? And many of you have newer, less experienced designers working really hard to get up to speed quickly. And let's assume it's probably costing you a bit more to train and onboard these new designers that don't have that industry knowledge. And of course, you're always concerned with safety. Third, let's look at transparency and accountability. Well, obviously, this could mean a lot of different things depending on with whom you speak. Primarily what I'm talking about is the ability to provide the right information to the right person at the right time. All of these, at some level, require someone to provide information, and often this information is in multiple departments, on multiple systems, and even in paper format. So how do you get all of the information you need quickly?
The economy's forced us into a mode of right-sizing, if you will, and with that, you end up with a lot of individuals that with 30 and 35 and 40 years of experience walking out the door. So there is definitely a brain drain there in our organization. Another issue is that utilities being conservative in general. We've tended to be kind of lagging, if you will, on implementing many of the technologies. So from that perspective, the last 10 years or so, we've had a proliferation of silo applications and silo databases. And so a major challenge for us is really to move from that silo mentality of managing the data and move that into an enterprise environment and getting to that single source of truth, if you will, defining that single source of data. Where is that going to reside versus updating it in multiple different applications, which then often presents multiple pictures to those folks that are making those key decisions in the organization.
There were several key business drivers why we needed to significantly change the way we do business and change the technology infrastructure in which we supported those business processes. Some of the key external factors, such as the smart grid projects, the increased need to support the plug-in electrical vehicles, for example, and just a lot of the increasing demands of the renewable energies. Some of the key internal factors were just the aging technology that we were using. Some of our legacy applications were about 30 years old, and it was impossible to find programmers to help sustain and maintain those applications. We have several very skilled planners and designers within our company right now, but within a few years they're going to be retiring. So we needed to find a way to take that knowledge set and provide a more systematic way to help adhere to the standards and take that knowledge and now put it into our technology.
We're suffering the same problems that most utilities are in the electrical industry in the United States right now. A lot of our staff's able to retire in the next 3 years. So in order for us to be able to harness the technology, we needed to be able to move from individual CAD files to a model-based system so that we're able to provide more data to more people and more departments. We had issues with several departments keeping their own data, and then it was duplicated in different departments, and the problem was that everybody thought their data was correct and there was no single source of truth. So without that, we weren't able to provide reports, provide information to our customers, to my superintendents, the higher-ups, to be able to give them the information that they required.
So with each of these areas, we understand that you have to look across people, processes, and technology to meet your specific goals, and any one of these things could be keeping you up at night. So what's keeping you up at night? So in the infrastructure space, we hear a lot about the adoption of Building Information Modeling, or BIM, for infrastructure. BIM is an intelligent model-based process. It's not simply about 3D models of the infrastructure. It actually serves as a shared resource for information about a facility, such as a utility network asset, which forms a reliable basis for decision-making during the life cycle. So let's go back to some grid complexities. The utility industry is facing unparalleled changes. Increased demand on older distribution networks results in more frequent and costly repairs and retrofits. And smart grids must now accommodate distributed renewable generation, smart buildings, smart appliances, plug-in vehicles, and more. And an aging workforce is increasing the urgency of capturing existing knowledge. So the evolution to more complex grids really accentuates the current challenges in planning, designing, building, and managing new and replacement facilities. So digitizing the grid, the old and the new, need to effectively coexist. And design and maintenance are critical to the success of a smarter grid. The latest solutions from Autodesk are really changing what's possible. Featuring the power of intelligent 3D model-based technology combined with GIS data management, we can really help you improve the way you plan, design, and manage the processes to better support your smart grid operations. So AutoCAD is the starting point. Many utilities use AutoCAD for layout and documentation still today. But when you move to a vertical solution that provides industry-specific capabilities, you get a model-based design environment with layout and documentation that's electric distribution specific, and you're doing all of this in a familiar AutoCAD environment. So then you move beyond just model-based design to improve how you collaborate and share with other departments this intelligent model information. Autodesk has a portfolio of products that are continuing to evolve to improve how you build and share intelligent industry models. So let's take a closer look at intelligent modeling in the utilities space. You need better planning and design so that you can improve your stakeholder review and approval, accelerate your design processes, and coordinate and standardize engineering and analysis. And then you're able to manage more complex network models. You can improve the information quality, enhance your data availability, and then standardize engineering and data management. So you can plan more confidently with the ability to better evaluate your existing conditions prior to replacement or build out of new networks. You can design and document more productively and consistently with intelligent model-based solutions that help to streamline your design's tasks. You can build your projects more reliably by integrating design data with work order and material systems such that when a change is made, it can be immediately reflected in the project estimate. And you can manage your infrastructure information more dependably with intelligent electric data models that help you enforce data quality standards, minimize your as-built backlogs, and respond to information requests to help with outage restoration, better account for materials, report on compliance or network maintenance, or even plan for future projects. Let's start in the planning phase. What if you were able to directly access and edit more information in a familiar AutoCAD environment, and you could quickly and easily evaluate and share both CAD and GIS data to make more informed decisions? Let's take a look at some of the challenges. This is what some of our customers told us. Projects and assets are planned, designed, and created without complete, up-to-date information, increasing risk and cost. There's an inefficient means of sharing information which causes duplication of effort and time loss. And there's a lot of time spent on data conversion, and sometimes important project information gets lost. So with Autodesk solutions, you can enable your staff to access current spatial information by utilizing existing data in its native format, with the ability to read and write data in a variety of different formats. And you can access design, GIS, imagery, and business information from a myriad of sources. And with access to design, GIS, imagery, point cloud, and business information, you can make more informed decisions and more easily integrate data collected in the field via survey and GPS devices. And this helps you to update your drawings, maps, and databases. You can integrate, edit, and analyze both CAD and GIS data in a familiar AutoCAD environment. And you get to streamline your organization's ability to capture and manage that complex information using comprehensive, configurable industry models for gas, water, wastewater, and electric. So this helps you to avoid that data conversion, your data loss, copies of the data, or stale data. So let's look at some additional challenges. Maybe you have difficulty accessing the existing conditions data, and some of it may not even be captured yet, and you're trying to figure out, if you capture it, how you'll get it into your system of record. Well, Autodesk has a rich set of survey tools that enable you to more easily import, compute, manage, and utilize those field measurements acquired from GPS and terrestrial sources. The survey functionality includes the ability to consume custom field codes that can be mapped to database attributes, making asset collection more efficient using any device. You also have access to more than 4,000 real-world coordinate systems and tools, such as transform, rubber sheeting, and track coordinates, and this helps you more accurately georeference your AutoCAD design data. With pictometry for AutoCAD Map 3D, you have the ability to view locations from multiple perspectives, detect change that has occurred to structures and locations over time, extract latitude and longitude coordinates, save images, measure elevation and slope, view property parcel data, and separate individual GIS data layers. With this plugin, you will have a more thorough understanding of a location and the ability to make precise calculations, all within the visual context of a three-dimensional world. EarthMine for AutoCAD Map 3D gives real-world context to infrastructure assets such as utility networks by integrating high-resolution and immersive 3D street-level imagery directly into Map 3D. With EarthMine, the Map 3D features such as pipes, manholes, utility lines, and road center lines can be accurately displayed on top of the 3D panoramic imagery, providing a powerful way for you to visualize your spatial data. And the EarthMine imagery also contains a 3D point for each pixel, allowing users to interact with the Map 3D content, including creating new content and editing and attributing existing content. So one more challenge that we often hear is that it's difficult to communicate or present plans to stakeholders, or it's difficult to share the planning data with engineering and design teams. Well, with Autodesk solutions, your projects can gain faster stakeholder approval when you create and publish more informative and compelling maps and exhibits. So you can quickly and easily create the layout for your map and your exhibit with dynamic legends, north arrows, and scale bars, and you can publish those maps to the web quickly and easily to share with a larger number of stakeholders. You can even publish native DWG to the web. Also, you can publish planning and design concepts in a 3D environment. So you can better visualize and communicate your existing conditions data, and the 3D models that you create help your stakeholders visualize that information but also conceptualize your plans or your design options, helping you to speed approvals and get your project decisions quickly. Traditional conceptual design tools don't allow you to sketch in alternatives in the context of what is already there. And then finally, you can provide your planning data to your design teams. So Autodesk solutions make it easier to consume this planning and GIS data into that design environment.
The data integration tools in AutoCAD Map 3D has allowed the company to look across the entire company at the various data sets that we have. We have a lot of table data or flat data sets, and we also have a lot of spatial data sets. Using the technology within AutoCAD Map 3D allows us to bring all that data into one location and make better decisions using the query tools within the software. Before, we used to rely on older paper records and have to make a decision on data that could be questionable. Using technology such as aerial imagery, obliques, measurable obliques, we've been able to make decisions quicker, make them more efficiently, in the long run save money for the company and also for the ratepayers. Cloud and mobile technologies have played a big part recently in our day-to-day activities at the company. Recently, we've launched a mobile application that allows the data that we have within AutoCAD Map 3D to be brought into the field. As they come back, there's also a method that field changes that they may find in the field are captured on a tablet or on a laptop, and when they come back in, they're allowed to sync the data, which then updates our asset management system.
So now let's take a look at improving design. What if you were able to improve your design productivity and design accuracy while delivering more complete design information to construction and as-built managers? So let's talk about some of the design challenges. We often hear about design productivity issues, doing more with less. But also at the same time we hear about training those new drafters, stakers, and estimators. Well, with Autodesk solutions, you get electric distribution design in an AutoCAD environment. That's an environment they're familiar with. You can aggregate the GIS and the design data in a single utility model. You have templates and workflows built into the design process, and you can visualize existing and design data in 3D, and you have rules that drive the requirements during the design. So let's take a look at another challenge. You have inconsistent processes that can be costly and could even cause rework or project backlogs. You have tedious processes to incorporate design standards and business rules. You have a lot of different places that you're getting this information, right? So as I mentioned before, the rules drive the business and engineering requirements. And your design manager can configure the system to follow certain standards and business rules. And then your engineering calculations that might exist today in spreadsheets and books and different sources of data can be included in the configuration. Then the engineering analysis can be performed within the solution. Now let's look at another challenge. You have materials and cost estimates that require additional data gathering, and it's often difficult to share your design and your materials data with other systems and departments. Well, with Autodesk solutions, you can estimate your project materials, equipment, and cost. You can create your documentation, all of the engineering drawings that are associated to your project, and then you can further enhance the design to construction process because you have the ability to integrate this solution to an asset and an inventory system or even to work management systems. And then you can further advance the design to as-built process because you can disseminate design and geospatial data throughout the organization in one intelligent model.
We did a real extensive evaluation of SAP because that is serving as our main work management system. One of the key applications that we realized we needed to replace was an old legacy system that was about 30 years old, used by the distribution engineers, the planners, and the designers. The work that our planners and designers do is extremely critical, not just for serving the customers, but in terms of safety as well. It's important that we're producing and providing them technology that really supports them doing their job correctly, doing their job accurately, and helping them to do it right the first time. So one of the ways that we chose to do that was within our graphical design tool, our AED-based application, where we could then incorporate our design and engineering standards and take our engineering calculations and fold them into the tool. And then based off of the drafting that the planners were doing, we could then automatically run some of the engineering calculations, do a lot of the material selection, and basically have a lot more systematic control to the compliance aspect of adhering to our standards.
Now let's take a look at as-built data management. What if you were able to maintain as-built data more reliably and more quickly respond to requests for information? And not only that, what if it was easier to integrate this data with enterprise systems? So let's take a look at some of the challenges. First and foremost, you have as-built backlogs. You have engineering and GIS systems that are in silos. You spend a lot of time converting data and figuring out what the truth is and then trying to respond to those requests. With Autodesk solutions, because you can incorporate your as-designed data into this model-based environment, you can actually help to maintain the integrity of the design model. And once you get your updates from the field on what actually was built, then it's just a matter of making a few minor changes based on the field's notes. So this can help you to minimize or even eliminate the piles of as-builts sitting in someone's queue. And finally, you can integrate with other operational systems, customer care, ERP, outage, and asset management, just to name a few. Then, with Autodesk Infrastructure Map Server, you can publish enterprise data such as spatial, asset, outage, and customer information to a web browser.
We're able to take, we took several different databases, over 4,000 drawing files, and added them into this one model. So now we're taking that model so that we've integrated with our customer information systems, our billing systems, our transformer systems, all our switching and capacitor databases and everything. And so before, when we had to mine data, it might take days or weeks or possibly months. Now there's sometimes it's a couple clicks away. We currently are integrating to an outage management system. Before, when a customer would call in, we would just send a truck to that location with, they would have a digital copy of the map on their computer, but there was no data behind it. They were just flying blind. So now we have a prediction engine with the outage management so that my model is being provided to them so that then when this customer calls in, it brings up on the map, then it makes a prediction, and then we dispatch we're dispatching to that location rather than just sending the truck out and saying, hey, go find the problem.
Now let's take a look at the Autodesk technology that can help you in this evolution to intelligent modeling. AutoCAD Utility Design is a model-based, rules-driven tool offering a familiar AutoCAD environment for electric distribution network design. And new in 2013, you get annotation, surface, and collaboration enhancements that help improve the quality of designs and the construction documentation. So now let's talk about why Autodesk for improving your design productivity and consistency. Well, AutoCAD Utility Design is optimized for your electric distribution design, so it's purpose-built for this process. In short, it does exactly what you require. Next, you can integrate the design, analysis, and delivery parts of the utility design process. There's no need to manually write things down or calculate on the side or have multiple design tools. AutoCAD Utility Design allows you to do most all of your design workflow in a single environment. And you can build your standards, your workflows, all of your design rules in the configuration and setup, so you can tailor this solution to the way you do design. This means you take the expertise of your longtime staff and build it into the design tool for new staff to leverage, helping you address your productivity and consistency issues. And then finally, AutoCAD Utility Design is built on AutoCAD, a familiar tool to many designers today. So this can help you get your new staff up to speed and potentially save on some additional training costs. AutoCAD Map 3D software is a model-based infrastructure application that provides broad access to CAD and GIS data, helping you access, evaluate, and share data to make more informed decisions. New in 2013, you get support for Microsoft SQL Server as well as Oracle databases, and you get enhanced tools that help you to utilize the intelligent industry models for electric, gas, water, wastewater, or even custom models across the plan, design, build, and manage lifecycle. Let's look at streamlining planning and management. First, you can access design, GIS, imagery, and other business information from a myriad of sources. And you can integrate that data for editing and analysis, all in a familiar AutoCAD environment. Also, Map 3D includes a configurable electric infrastructure industry model. This model allows you to better capture and manage complex industry data and make better use of it throughout the life cycle. Also, you have powerful tools to create stylized maps. It goes far beyond AutoCAD in its ability to create drawings and maps that really tell a story and allow you to more effectively present your planning and operations data, especially to non-technical audiences. And finally, AutoCAD Map 3D has built-in support for industry workflows. So this allows you to automate common workflows and streamline your as-built data maintenance while reducing rework and errors. So there's one other thing I'd like to talk about, and that's the Autodesk Infrastructure Design Suite 2013, which is available in 3 editions to meet your workflow needs: Standard, Premium, and Ultimate. But most importantly, I wanted to focus on the Ultimate Edition, which builds on the value of the Standard and Premium editions by adding specialized capabilities for the utility network design process. So let me summarize why smart grids need to start with smart designs. First of all, better planning and design. You can improve your stakeholder review and approval. You can accelerate the design process and coordinate and standardize your engineering and analysis. And then you're able to manage a more complex network model. So you're improving your information quality, you're enhancing data availability, and you're able to standardize engineering data management. So to summarize, design is a core competency at Autodesk, and we're focused on industries where design matters. And we have a long-term commitment to maintain leadership in design. We also have a proven set of model-based solutions and customers with considerable return on investment. And let's take a look at a few of those customers now. So here are a few of our electric and gas utility customers. Notice on this list that some are updating processes and workflows across the enterprise, whether it's in an SAP environment like Southern California Edison or SwissGrid, or with integration to asset management systems at Colorado Springs or an outage system at Kansas City Board of Public Utilities. Each of these is improving its data across the plan, design, build, and manage lifecycle by creating and sharing more intelligent models. Autodesk subscription gives customers an advantage with more cloud computing capabilities and capacity, upgrades to the latest software releases, online technical support, and flexible licensing privileges. So definitely check out the Autodesk subscription and see what the benefit is to you. Let's take a look at a few next steps. Collaborate with other utilities on social media sites, and learn more about why smart grids need smart design at the power source. That's at autodesk.com/power source. For more information on Autodesk model-based solutions for electric distribution, visit the electric and gas industry section on autodesk.com/electric-gas. And find more information about the suite at autodesk.com/infrastructure design suite. And finally, for more information on extending the power of your design technology, visit autodesk.com/subscription.